Ashley. The widow says her husband complained on several occasions about how the autopilot behaved on the Tesla Model X near the very same barrier where he crashed and died.
Dan Noyes is here with a report you'll see only on 7 Down.
Dan, I've stayed in contact with the family since the crash, and now that they have a lawyer planning to sue Tesla, they decided it's time to speak out.
That's my husband's name. That's Walter's name.
38-year-old Savon Wong began the interview showing me her wedding ring with her husband's name. He had her name on his ring.
It's like he always be with me. Yeah.
Walter and Savon first met in middle school in Taiwan and lost touch when he came to this country. After he started working in high tech, he tracked her down. They married and had 2 children. Savon tells me he was an attentive dad, even with long hours at EA Games and then Apple.
And read a story every night. Yeah.
Every night?
Yes.
Even after long hours at work?
Yes.
When Walter got the job as an engineer at Apple last November, he gave himself a birthday present, the Tesla Model X. Savon tells me Walter complained the autopilot appeared to malfunction, steering toward that same barrier in Mountain View on several occasions.
And he wanted to show me, but that time not happen. So, yeah.
He told you that the car would drive to that same barrier?
Yes.
Ooh. The same barrier that he finally hit.
Yeah, that's why I saw the news. I know that that's him.
Savon tells me she saw the crash on the midday news and knew immediately it was Walter. Same location, same barrier, same blue Model X. The family tried to check the Tesla cell phone app.
So the app actually tracks where the car is at the moment, and she looked at the app and it was showing error, which means there's something wrong with the car.
It just like lost everything for me. Yeah, I not just lost my husband, I lost my best friend.
In the 2.5 weeks since Walter died, Savon is devastated but trying to remain strong for her children, who are 6 and 3.
I just try to not cry in front of my child, yeah, because they feel afraid.
The family tells me they were surprised when Tesla released a statement 1 week after the crash that Walter Wong was using autopilot, but that his hands were off the steering wheel for 6 seconds before the crash.
Unfortunately, it appears that Tesla has tried to blame the victim here.
The family's attorney says Tesla has been trying to deflect attention from its autopilot.
It took him out of the lane that he was driving in, steered him into the gore point, which means drove him straight at a fixed concrete barrier at a high rate of speed. Then it failed to brake, and then it drove him into this fixed concrete barrier. We believe this never would have happened had the autopilot not been turned on.
I contacted Tesla just after that interview. They promised a response but have not sent it at this point. Now, 10 days after the crash, they wrote in part, "We are incredibly sorry for their loss," but they said that Walter Wong's hands were off the steering wheel for 6 seconds before the crash, and the Tesla autopilot does not prevent all accidents. Such a standard would be impossible, but it makes them much less likely to occur. So more to come, obviously. Yeah. The lawyer tells me they're probably months away from actually filing a lawsuit, but we'll stay on top of it. Okay.
Definitely. Thank you, Dan. Thanks.